Hi folks, this is a little bit more about the tripod project. I also want to say that I've been to Coral Castle now. I talked to a middle-aged gentleman named Ken who does a tour down there, and he told me that the erecting of the tripods was a whole nother project in itself, and he's exactly right, and this is it. Also, don't mind that overgrown teeter-totter in the background. That kind of gives you maybe an idea of how Ed might have even helped lift those rocks up. Helped, not did it solely, but maybe helped. I don't know. I wouldn't do it that way, but who knows. Anyway, to get the tripods up, what we have here are 3 small pieces that I suppose I could have filmed me lifting them up, but I wouldn't think I'd have to prove that. Which I did, and as I lifted them, you just put them into place. And then they got kind of tight and wanted to spread out because of the tension on the rope at the top. Chains will do the same thing, but eventually you got to come along on the bottom. I have these strings, as you can see. I was able to pull them in and then tie them. They even sometimes want to go in more, but once you get weight on them, Ed had big 2x stock, giant boards, and it also allowed him to have a platform to get up there. If you look in the video 1936, which Ken also told me that's the year of it, folks. He's a wealth of knowledge and he's got a heart of a teenager. So if you go to Coral Castle, tell him I sent you. Okay, I'm going to sign off for a minute because I need to go in and get a come along and attach it to the top of that, so that I can hoist up the next set of Little Russian Doll tripods. So it's simple, a little bit of, that's pretty easy to move a big log if you don't try to lift the whole thing like this. Whoops. Alright, so that's good enough. The reason I'm doing this is because I said lifting these tripods would be easy. I didn't really mean easy as in not much work. What I meant is easy, don't hurt yourself, use your brain. And one thing I found out is when you get into the big logs, you have to have them arranged. You have to have them arranged such that they will end up forming a triplex X. Otherwise they get hung up, and it's quite a bear to straighten them out when they're about 40 feet in the air. So you got to do it before, and I found out that this is how. Well, there it is, all set up. Pretty lengthy logs. These are 23 or so feet long. I'm going to try to get them up with these shorter ones. I got these longer ones over here that maybe should put up first. But I'm going to try it, because I have 2 come-alongs. I think if I can get those up enough, I can make something that'll get these up. Until next time, which will probably be tomorrow. Okay, I just can't quit. It's still nighttime. Snow's helping for contrast. Alright, so I don't know if you can see the arrangement of chains in here, but basically I had to fix the one up top. The one I had broke. It was a piece of crap. Hold a chandelier maybe. Anyway, this one's better, and I got the 3 arranged as you saw. That's the shadow, of course, and then that one out there and this one out here. So I've got them off the ground, and already, if you notice, they're hitting the strings that on Ed's tripod would be quite a bit higher. But he would have raised them up that high, and then, because of the weight, he would have had to put one underneath this to support it from spreading, and then remove the other upper one and continue lifting. It's just a time-consuming, simple process, and actually tomorrow when I locate some logs, or maybe these here, I don't know, suppose I could lash them together because I really don't want that thing sliding. The snow is definitely a good lubricant. It'll go catawampus on me, and I don't want that. So I will tie them together under the logs you see that are now raised off the ground, and I will continue upward until I can get a couple pieces of wood across here to keep those from spreading. They're a little bit far apart yet. And then I will come along that one and this one, and then I will also come along from that same one over to here, and we'll see if we can't raise this as if it were a scissors jack. Meanwhile, putting the chain fall on it as it goes up. I doubt Ed climbed up and hung them, if you know what I mean. Over and out again. Well, good morning. We have a apparently giant ice storm coming in an hour or two. So I got out here this morning to try to get the next phase here. As you remember, I got the thing off the ground. If you'll notice, what I have done is I pretty much put supports up like Ed would have, only his were a little lower. And I've reached the maximum on this lower one, which was similar to his. So what he did is probably just put another board underneath or one up higher to hold it so he could take that one off and raise it up more. Alright, so those two 2x4s are kind of just quickly to illustrate how you scab one on the bottom, and I'll take the top one off and start winching. Okay. Alright, now I've got the pieces rearranged. You can see the one on the top is gone. I put it over under this other bigger one, and with the aid of Tyke, who wants to help so much, he'll pull out the big ones. Ed cut them down and just winched them with his come along. But I'm going to use Tyke's bucket as a tripod. An adjustable tripod. Big hydraulics, but adjustable no less. This I'll use shortly to tie the bottoms together. I've got another one over there that I'll try to get them up. See if I have to cut them down to size. And I anchored those 2x4s pretty good because this is quite a bit of weight and I could get hurt if I don't do this right. So I'm a little afeared, but not bad. So far. Alright, I'm already at the point. Alright, now here's a quick insertion to show that I got the chain fall up as high as it'll go wheel to wheel. But look at the length of these things. I was only able to raise it almost 6 feet off the ground, and these things are almost 20 feet long. So if I did my angular sine, cosine, whatever, I think the tripods need a little, the come-alongs need a little shorter. So I'm guessing the general rule is really no more than at least twice the length. Yeah, I'm not even going to play around. I think those are too long. So here we go, for safety purpose. Plus I need some firewood. So here we are with a brace across the back side, two come-alongs on the front, and some sort of a teepee trick clevis situation that I believe they may had to have used back with teepees and eds. I just slotted the ends so the things can't push out and slide. Then they tie together. There might be a better way. I think 3 independent chains would be more reliable. That way it can flex and it can't go anywhere. I'm going to do that with the bigger ones. But anyway, that's standing there now, not suspended from the upper tripod, if you'll notice. Actually, the chain fall is ready to go up with the tripod, because I'm not carrying it up there, and neither did Ed with those gargantuan ones. I believe he erected them, or if he got a new one, he could winch something up and then transfer the hooks. But he didn't lift them up, of course. Alright, so I'm going to take the little tripod down and then winch the big ones up. That way you can see that process. Till the next one. Raining like hell, and I'm rigging in the rain. Alright, so the little tripod is right there, and I have basically just reattached the piece from top to bottom. The very same hook that went up as the one that I attached it to, so that's kind of cool. I'm learning a lot about this. So I will commence lifting, and with any luck, since this is my first giant tripod project, you'll see this A-frame with that other one kind of just erect itself with no hitch. Well, hopefully we have a hitch in this one. Until then, On that last note, I'm going inside. As you can see how high that is now. The chain falls way up there. And there's another log I have ready that you saw me drag out. And then that board right there is a, oh boy, that's 12 anyway. But I gotta tighten it up a little more, bring it up a little higher so it doesn't have that squat to it that I don't like. Go up and check it, maybe even take the big piece of cherry on the right and nail a bunch of ladder pieces so I can get up there and make sure everything's sound for the next set. Bye.